All right. Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquet. Alongside me, as he is every Saturday, is Dabby Cab. Hello, Dabby. Nice to see you. Shout out to Justin McKelvey. Took a steak off me last night. You son of a bitch. And shout out to the Stacks Play of the Day, Tyler O'Neill. Nice to see everyone in the chat bright and early. Dabby, how are you doing?
Not good, man. I haven't rolled up yet. I'll be good in like 45 seconds. You worry about you for a moment and let me worry about me. I'll say hi to the chat. I'll say hi to you. I need like 2 more minutes, okay?
Okay. Dabby needs his morning coffee, so we'll let him do that. And we will roll straight into the breakdowns for today. Again, it's nice to see everyone. It's not been a good last few days as well here. Even my WNBA pod took an L last night, which was the worst part because, again, now I owe Justin McKelvey a steak. But I will tell everyone off the top, WNBA play of the day, Las Vegas Aces minus 16 against the Indiana Fever. They're going to beat the dog shit out of the Fever tonight.
What's your record in WNBA?
3-2 now.
Okay, look at that.
3-2.
Jose's a winning capper, boys and girls.
Yes, yeah. Shout out to the WNBA 3-2. WNBA play of the day is the Aces tonight. Again, beat the dog shit. And yes, Justin, he's won 2 straight against me now. He might be a bully. I don't know. Oh, and he's got the links in his pocket. See, now Justin's betting the WNBA. Now I see you, Justin. I see you. All right, let's get into this game though. Barrios versus Reese Olson. A guy that we've had many a conversation about in Jose Barrios, but we've talked about him, in a sense where all of his, underlying numbers are kind of saying this guy might get touched up very soon. And we talked about that on the day he gave up 8 runs against the Phillies, and I was like, wow, that's so obvious. And then we bet against him against the Orioles, and he bounces back, throws a good game. Has an okay game against the White Sox last time out, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, but it's the White Sox, so you'd expect better. And this minus 105 odds here makes me feel like he's vulnerable here today, honestly. And, Reese Olson, 0-5 is his record, sure, but we know that he's pitched a lot better than 0-5. Plays for the Tigers, so, kind of hard to find some offense there. He had a Porsche.
I swear to God, if I had a 2.16 ERA and I was 0-5 in the majors, I would fucking kill somebody. There's no way, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'd be nonplussed as well, especially if you go 8 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, and you still don't record a win against the Miami Marlins in his 2 starts ago. That's tough. But shout out to him. He went 2 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs last time out against the Royals to kind of bring him back down to earth. I expect a bounce back here for him, and I think he pitches well. I don't have any action on this game. I obviously want to talk everything out with the chat. I've got a few plays written down that I'm interested in. 62% of the bets, 76% of the money on the Blue Jays here. The Tigers are very interesting to me personally. Opened up at minus 110, has just gone to even. Minus 110 plus money for the Tigers, I should say. Now it's just minus 105 each way. Let's look at the total real quick because, yes, the Tigers were interesting to me, and I did want to move on them, obviously. 94% of the bets, 93% of the money on the over in this game. Very interesting. This went from an 8. It's some places, Bovada and Heritage have this at 8.5 already, and then other places just have this at a minus 115 to the 8. So what do you think here, Dabby?
Man, real quick, I got to shout out our chat, Justin, Barry, Professor, Perky, Rants. I know this is early for some people on a Saturday, but we got money to make. So hit that like button and share it. Let's get everybody in here. Let's pump this thing up, man. I want to get us up to 200 people in here. We'll do a horse race if we do. But look, I think it's hilarious because Barry was mixing up his words to you and me. He was trying to say shout out Dabby Cab, but he said shut up Dabby Cab. He just mixed it up. He mixed up what he was trying to say to Jose and me.
Yeah, I was about to say he definitely was going to say "shut up" to me, but yeah, no, 100%.
No, hey, but listen, if you took out, let me pull this back up. Who was it against? If you took out Reese Olson's start against Pittsburgh on April 8, where he went 4 1/3 innings, gave up 9 hits, 6 runs in that game, and all 6 of them were earned. If you take out that start, he might be the best pitcher in baseball right now, statistically. Not saying that I actually think he's the best pitcher in baseball. I'm saying statistically, if you took out that game where he gave up those 6 runs, holy shit, the most earned runs he's given up in any game other than that is 2. He gave it up to Minnesota back on April 20th. Yeah, I think this is a Tigers here. Maybe I'm staying away from this game personally, but maybe a sneaky under also. I don't know if everybody's noticed. Okay. Some people like to talk about baseball as being juiced or not juiced. Some people like to act like that's something you can't bring up. Oh, we can't talk about it. I don't know about all that. What I do know is it's getting humid and it's getting hotter and the baseballs expand. It's not something you can physically feel or see, but they expand a little bit and the ball starts to carry. There's a reason why all these overs are starting to hit and the unders aren't hitting as much anymore. So that I just wanted to get that out there. I'm going to stay off this one. I would lean under. I'd lean Tigers.
I think I'm going to move on Tigers first 5 money line -110 for me. So let's keep on rolling here. That is on the card now. Next game on my slate, or on the slate, I should say, Giants Metropolitans here. Luis Severino, who has been my guy throughout the year, I hit a bumpy spot last time out, and it seems like today it could be another bumpy spot according to the market. Now, I'll explain here. First of all, we'll start with the market just to get this off. It's only 72% of the bets on the Mets, but only 44% of the money on them. So we've obviously got a sharp action, 28% of the bets, 56% of the money on the Giants to start off. Jordan Hicks, a good pitcher, very capable pitcher. And I honestly am surprised that he's pitched as well as he has. So shout out to Jordan Hicks. His last outing, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run against Colorado. Before that, 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs against the Dodgers. Just been solid all year, honestly. But it just seems like Severino gets touched up today. The line has gone down from -123 down to -113 here. Very interesting. You know what's hilarious about this? For whatever reason, the site I'm using has Bovada showing that the Mets are -144 there. But I just do not believe that. Someone let me know if that's facts, I guess, because that's crazy. And totals,
I'm showing 140 right here. Hold on.
That's nuts because other books are showing -113 Mets here, and others are showing like -128.
I was about to say -128 up to -147 is what I got.
That's wacky. Let me give it a refresh here, and that's probably what it is here. So, yeah, that makes sense now, I guess. Wow. So, okay, this has changed a bit since I've last seen it. Thank you, Dabby. So I had to refresh there. That helps. So this line opened up at -123. Now is -140 Mets. Damn, that is crazy. With sharp action on the Giants. I thought Luis Severino was in store to get touched up. I mean, 98, 99% of the bets and money are on the over, and this line has gone up from 7.5 to 8, up to 8.5 at several places as well. So that could be another indicator as well. But yeah, it's very interesting. Dabby, take it away. I don't have any bets or anything on this game. I thought Severino might be due to get touched up here, but the line moving that drastically is pretty surprising to me.
Man, I tell you what, the Giants have been putting up runs right here, and if they're the dog, and this is sitting at 8 and opened at 7.5, I gotta imagine you can get their team total at 3.5. And I know for a fact they've hit that in their last 5 games. It might go back even further than that. But the Giants have won 4 of their last 5. The only one they dropped was the 6-7 loss to Pittsburgh, so they were in that game. And then since that 6-7 loss, they put up 9, 7, 8 runs yesterday against the Mets. They're scoring runs, and they got their guy here, Hicks, who, like you said, he's got a 2.38 ERA on the season, a 1.11 WHIP, 4-1. He's been dealing for him. I like the Giants here. I like the Giants team total over 3.5. No bet for me. I've got 3 bets that I've already made, and I might add on to them today, but that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, no action for me. That's a pretty surprising line movement. Sorry, I didn't refresh my shit there, chat. So we'll move on here. No action for me, no action for Dabby, but very interesting game nonetheless. I like the Giants as underdog here, but no action. Baltimore, Chicago, White Sox was much more interesting than it had to be yesterday. It was very annoying that I lost. First 5 under in the 5th inning there when it was like 1-0 the entire time. That was very frustrating. But we've got Albert Suarez here, who's been pretty solid, versus Eric Fetty. Eric Fetty, who's been good throughout the year as well. Here's the thing. I just cannot trust the Baltimore Orioles bullpen. It is going to cost them many games. It's going to cost them in the playoffs if they don't fix it. And I anticipate them going out there and making trades. Like, if they went out there and traded for Devin Williams, would I be surprised? No, I would not. But I just can't trust him here. And my minus 180 just seems like a little aggressive. But Albert Suarez has been pretty good in his appearances in the starting rotation this year. And shout out to him as well. He's a guy that I actually like. So he started 3 games when he first came up, 5 2/3 shut, 5 2/3 shut, and then 4 innings, 4 earned runs against Oakland. Then he went back into the bullpen. The most he's thrown out of the bullpen since then was 3 innings. But I anticipate him being able to go. So, I anticipate him being able to go. So this will be interesting to see how far he goes and how long he goes. And if he does go only 5 innings, then you're just like, Jesus, take the wheels with the bullpen then. So would I hate a White Sox bet today? No. Am I going to make it? Probably not. So no action for me here as well, Dabby. What do you think?
I'm going to give you some crazy numbers here. We got some people rolling in the chat too. Picks from Beavis said Freddie's got nice looking stuff. Thinks maybe the White Sox can take one here. I saw a couple other people, touch on the White Sox also. Listen to these numbers. At home, the White Sox have a 15-10 run line record at home, and they're 14-10 at home as underdogs. That's the second best run line record in MLB this season. Then you look at the Orioles; they're 5-9 to the run line as away favorites. I don't know that those numbers just blew me away right here. I guess it is a White Sox pass or a White Sox play here if you're going to bet it. I'm not betting it. We all know I'm not betting the White Sox, but yeah, I get it. If I was going to bet this game, I'd bet the White Sox.
Yeah, no action for me here. By the way, goddamn, Justin Verlander pissed me off last night. Jesus Christ.
Why? Because he did good? I didn't even watch it, but he did good, right?
Well, no, he did okay, but he just kept wriggling his way out of fucking traffic. He just guys on the bases every fucking inning. And then
he does that every game for the past 3 years.
Hard hit balls.
Bro, you haven't been paying attention, have you?
If he keeps giving up hard hit balls, I'll keep betting against him. Rangers, Twins here. Chris Paddock, Dabby Cab. I think. Do you hate Chris Paddock as well?
No, I don't got any beef with him. He's not like Martinez.
Okay, fair. I do find it fucking hilarious every time Nick Martinez is just sniffs a starting lineup. I know you're coming on whatever show to fade him, and I think it's hilarious every time. And he cashed
very good fading him. I don't know what it is.
You cashed,
but it's good. Well, I cashed last time, but I'm just saying I faded him like 20 times, Jose.
Yeah, I find it makes me laugh every time. Lorenzen versus Paddock here. Good matchup here. Dabby, what's wrong with your Rangers? We'll start with that. I want you to let it because this is your favorite team, and I'd love to hear from you because this is obviously not the same team from last year, and Corey Seager obviously has not been playing as well as he's been. So let us know.
I'm going to give you my opinion, and then I'm going to give you the opinion of a few homers. So I told you I'm in a group chat with a few of my buddies that I played baseball with that went back to a couple weeks ago. P-Dick, Pimo, Fluff, and Dick. Yeah, I got a group chat with these guys, and I sent them a message yesterday because I don't know if you know, but I was on the Rangers team total over yesterday. So, of course, I was mad, but I sent a message. I was like, the Rangers aren't just bad right now because of injuries. They're a fucking horrible baseball team. And then I said, I have no idea how they went from being one of the worst teams to winning the World Series and now are back to one of the worst teams. Here's what my buddy Fluff said. And I disagree with him, but I'll give you the homer take. He said, lazy take, Dabby Cab. Not even close to our team last year with the injuries, almost entirely a different team. I said, no, they suck. And then he said, yeah, it's a roster of platoon guys. And then he went over all the injuries: Gray, Dunning, Bradford, Scherzer, DeGrom, Evaldi. I get it. Man, that's a list of good pitchers that I'd love to have. But the pitching hasn't been the fucking problem, okay? The pitching has not been the problem. The offense has been the problem. I'm not saying the pitching has been great, but they're hovering right around a 4 ERA. It's been good enough. The offense has been terrible. Yes, there has been some bad lucks. Somebody like Corey Seager, who, his average is hovering around 250 right now, Jose. He's got the 8th most baseballs in major leagues hit over 100 miles per hour this year. I know that's a weird stat, but he's barreling the ball up. It's just not finding a hole. A couple other people are having that issue on the team. I don't know, though. I don't believe in this team. Right now, for me, they're either a fade or a stay away from. But go ahead. I've got a bet on this game. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. Well, Debbie, I'm sure you know this, but Baseball Savant came out with swing metrics, so you can see how hard people swing now, et cetera, et cetera. This stuff is obviously been known by teams forever, but they just released it to the public, so it's very interesting. And you can also know about swing length and stuff like that. Corey Seager, fun fact: average bat speed 72 miles an hour. There you go. There's your fun fact of the day. And swing length 6.7 feet. That's very short. Very short as well. That is the seventh shortest in baseball. So there's your fun facts of the day, Dabby Cab. All right, let's go to the market.
He's got the 7th shortest swing. I glitched for a second. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 7th shortest swing in baseball, and it is the hardest of these short swings as well.
Quick into the baseball, quick hands, knob to the ball, baby. Come on, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so there's old Corey Seager and more things you want to learn, Barrel. Blast squared up percentages, Dabby. He's squared up 33.9% of his swings. So there's more fun facts. Yeah, I can rate that and find out what that is. By the way, Luis Arraez, 44%. Jesus Christ, that guy is fucking ridiculous. He also has the slowest swing in baseball as well, which is fun fact there. All right, so let's talk about the bets and money here real quick, and then we can keep it rolling. And I want to hear Dabby's bet here. 81% of the bets, 68% of the money on the Twins here. This opened up at minus 115 Twins, and it has skyrocketed up to minus 135 here to Minnesota. Very interesting. It is, like I said, not that much action. Well, actually, that's a lie. Not 81% of the bet, 68% of the money on the Twins, and it is skyrocketed. So not that much action on the Rangers is what I should say, I guess. Totals wise, 85% of the bet, 79% of the money on the over. Kind of unsurprising because that's kind of the averages for this month, it seems. 8.5 total was minus 115. Kind of went up to minus 120, but hasn't really moved much. Dabby Cab, you have a bet in this game, huh?
I hate that the fact that the more we sit here and talk about it, the more I kind of want to take the Rangers on the money line in the first 5, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stick with the first 5 over 4.5. Both of these teams have been struggling at the plate, so I get it if that's a little scary. They did get there yesterday with that first 5 over 4.5. But you look at Paddock, sitting around a 4.47 ERA, 4-2 on the season. This is who he is. If you look at his career as a pitcher, he's between a 4 and a 5 ERA always. It's who he is. He's solid. He's going to go out there and give you 4, 5, 6 innings, hopefully, and give up a couple runs. I think that he gives up a couple. I also think Lorenzen gives up a couple runs here. So, if I'm getting 2 or 3 runs from each pitcher, I get to 5, maybe 6 runs in the first 5 innings. I'm going to go over 4.5. And you know what? I see a minus 120 on Corey Seager. We just did all that talking on him. He did hit the home run yesterday. I know that, but that was his first at bat, and then he went 0 for 3 after that. I think he's due up again. I'm going to take Corey Seager over 1.5 total bases. You can get it at minus 120. It goes up to minus 125, but I'm going to take the minus 120, obviously.
When's the last time you bet Corey Seager? This is the first time in a while, right?
It's been a minute, yeah. I had a quiet bet on him a week or so ago that he hit, but that was a personal thing.
Well, those We still count those. Those count.
Oh yeah, bro. I don't know if you know this about me, but I care about my bank account way more than anything else. These
Yes.
motherfuckers don't tip enough. The fuck I care about what I give you guys. You guys don't pay for it. I don't sell my picks. You don't tip enough. I care about my bank account. No offense.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Shout out to you guys in the chat that do tip. We appreciate you guys.
There's a couple of
Uh,
you. Shout out to you guys.
yes. By the way, Justin McKelvey cashed Seager yesterday with stacks. So shout out to you. But reminder for everyone, his stacks Tyler O'Neill. So we'll talk about him very soon. Atlanta, Pittsburgh. Atlanta got the shit beat out of them last night by the Pirates. Here's the thing.
Cashed their team total over.
Yeah, of course. But here's the thing. The Braves are not as good as they were last year. I think that's pretty plainly obvious. I think the Braves and Phillies have kind of wife swapped. And like I've said, I think the Phillies are the best team in baseball, et cetera, et cetera. I think the Braves, kind of rickety this year. They don't have Spencer Strider, obviously. They're not complete. They're just not as good as they once were. But minus 150 against the Pirates, you guys taking minus ones out there? I definitely wouldn't hate that. Reynaldo Lopez has been good at several points in this year, just flat good. And we've talked about him coming out, how I thought he would be a good bet early on, but I didn't realize he'd be able to carry it on throughout the whole season, basically, so far. 6 1/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs versus the Padres last time out, and then 5 shutout against the Cubs. Again, just good. On the other side, we have our good friend, Mitch Helen Keller. That's not Mitch Helen Keller. That's just Mikey on the straps. Sorry. I just like looking at Mikey on the straps every once in a while. But Mitch Helen Keller here on the other side, an old friend of ours. Whenever I see Mitch pitch well and I'm not on him, it hurts my feelings. I'm like, God, I talk about this guy so much. And his last 3 starts have been really good. He started off really shitty and just figured it out. 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs against the Cubs, at the Cubs, 6 shutout against the Milwaukee Brewers, at the Brewers, and then 9 complete, 1 earned run, 5 Ks, 1 walk against the Angels, which really kind of started this momentum. Now, the real question is, can we rely on him to make a 4th good start in a row? I just don't trust him. So I lean Braves here. And Dabby Cab, in honor of you, I'd lean towards a Braves team total. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one that wants to sit here and have 10 bets when this show ends, but I like the Braves team total over also. And I'm seeing a minus 115 at 4.5. That's a very reasonable price. I know the Braves haven't been hitting, and I know Mitch Keller's had 3 really good starts that you just touched on. But I've never believed in Mitch Keller. I know you and Jimmy are a fan. I've never been a fan. He's either been a fade or a pass for me. I'm going to sit here and think about this Braves team total over, and I might get there with it, especially after they got embarrassed yesterday. I don't care if they, were able to put up 5 runs in the 8th inning. They got their ass smacked yesterday. They should come out focused today. Yeah.
Nuffless said to look at his day numbers, so I'm trying to look up his numbers on Baseball Reference. But when I looked up his numbers, I started typing out Helen Keller instead of Mitch, and that tickled me a bit. That tickled me a little bit. All right, so I have his career numbers. I should probably just look up this year, actually, but I'll try not to type in fucking Helen on the thing here. So, all right, day. Sorry, I interrupted you, and I fucking don't have the numbers now because I am a skunt, Dabby, a skunt. By the way, shout out to the people that use the calling a old lady Mister tactic. That really tickles me very much.
What are you talking about right now?
If an old lady is annoying you, this is a Jimmy thing, and everyone in the chat probably has heard him say this by now. But if an old lady annoys you or is just bothering you or something, you turn around.
I don't talk to old ladies.
Well, what if you're in the grocery line? She's bumping you in the cart or whatever.
Go to the grocery store,
and then you just turn around and you just look at her and you say, "Mister, not today," or whatever the fuck, and then she's shocked. But whatever. We're not going to talk about that right now. Day numbers for Mitch Keller this year.
I'm sure that's funny when Jimmy tells it.
Yes, it is. It's much funnier when he's telling it. 2-1. He has a 4.8 ERA compared to a 2.87 night ERA this year. 28 inning or 29 innings pitched. So very interesting. He does have
say that one more time for me. I wasn't listening.
He's 2-1 in day games with a 4.85 ERA. 29 innings pitched, basically 30. And night games, he's 3-2 with a 2.87. So it's very different, obviously, as well. So yeah, minus 120 for a Braves team total over 4.5 is not that bad. And yes, O'Brien, I'm not trying to ruin the jokes here. I'm trying to just clue that Dabby in here.
Call the old ladies misters. Okay, I got it.
Yes, just call them misters. Seattle, Washington here. A game that I actually want to bet. Dabby Cap. Logan Gilbert versus Trevor Williams. I thought this game screamed under to me. Trevor Williams has been quietly very good this year. Probably actually the best pitcher on the Nationals, which is hilarious to say, even with Jake Irvin and Mackenzie Gore. Now, he's hit some troubles in his last 2 starts. 4 1/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs against the Phillies. 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. Only one of them earned against the White Sox here. But I do not trust the Seattle Mariners. Bats here, they are just anemic. And they have disappointed me time and time again. They correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but they lost to these Nationals, only scored 1 run already in this series. And I'm just like, oh my God, how do you guys trust this team? I cannot. So I'm hoping they do not score runs here today. From the 8th until today, for those of you being specific, they have 19th in the league in weighted runs created plus, 89 weighted runs created plus there. So just not been good. Totals wise here in the market, 73% of the bets, 69% of the money on the over. Surprisingly enough, this total opened up at a 9 juice to the under. It's now 8.5 minus 115 to the over. So it's coming down. I like the under in this game, Dabby Cap. We'd like to hear from people in the chat. And you obviously as well. I like first 5 under or full game under. I was trying to decide obviously with that, but I'm leaning towards full game. What do you think, Dabby, about this game?
I'm interested to see how you bet this. This is tough, man. I mean, usually you got Gilbert at anything under minus 200. It's something that you might want to consider betting. But, in May, Gilbert's 1-2 with the 5.11 ERA. An opponent's batting average of 261. That's what stood out the most to me. Is it's not just that he's walking people or not getting out of tough situations. He's getting hit, and that's in 24 2/3 innings. And then you look at Williams on the other side during that same time span. He's 2-0 with a 1.86 ERA and opponent's batting average of 222. And he's got 19 1/3 innings in that stretch, so about even. I mean, I got to say this, and it's hard to say with Gilbert because he could so easily bounce back. But for the last few starts, Williams has been the better pitcher here, and Washington is clearly the better offense. This is a tough game. I think maybe you got a live dog in Washington, and if that's the case, maybe you look at their team total. I'm not betting this game.
Fair enough, Dabby. Let's look at the bullpens real quick. And I see Craig Wood asking about the weather. I will let you know right now. So the weather, I'll start with the bullpens. Excuse me. Let's go to Seattle real quick. Sorry. Their bullpen is pretty fresh. Stanek and Munoz have not pitched in a while, so I expect them to go today, especially even if if they're down and it's close, I still expect them to go today. So that's a good sign for unders here. As for the Nationales here, I'm not looking for you, Nate Pearson. Also pretty fresh. Now, Dylan Floro and Hunter Harvey threw yesterday, and Dylan Floro, I believe, is their closer nowadays. Him and I forget the other guy's name. I've looking at the list of relievers, and he's not on here, so maybe he's hurt. But I do like the Nationals bullpen generally, so I'll take the full game under in this game, Dabby. I'm moving on at 8.5 minus 105 from me. I'll leave off the first 5. I'm not confident for double up right now, but 4.5 even money I also like as well. All right. Let's keep it rolling. Actually, sorry, Craig would ask about the weather. Apologies, Craig. I almost fucked you there. Let me refresh Swiss real quick so I can get the latest update for you, Craigie. Apologies there. Nationals here. Thank you. We've got 8-mile-an-hour winds blowing out to center field there. So, according to Swish, those are weak wind factors, which I guess I am relying on here. But according to Swish, it's going to be about 90 degrees, 80 degrees. It's going to be hot. Wind's going to be blowing out a bit. So, let's hope to God the balls are not flying in Washington today. All right. Next.
Am I muted? Come on, Jose.
Yeah.
Check out our guy Buzz
Light.
Sorry. He won the $50 giveaway on the sesh 2 weeks ago. He says, I'll be one of the 10 people in the crowd at the A's game today. Hit me with something, please. I got you, Buzz Light. I got a bet in that game. So I got you. I'll give you something. You can go there and watch your money, make some money with the 10 people.
And yeah, Buzz, well, let's talk about it right now. Buzz. It's going to be a great time. And by the way, Craig. God, I want to go to this so bad. Bedlam baseball for the Big 12 championship. Oh, that sounds awesome. And by the way, Craig, it looks like it's going to be Bedlam softball for the Natty. Oh, that sounds awesome. I'd love to be at both.
I agree with Steve G. Jose, you don't hit this enough. He said only 40 likes. Hit that motherfucking button, you lazy assholes. I know it's early in the morning, but we need your help. We don't have a show without you. So hit that like button and share it. We got 21 likes on Monday or 21 retweets on Monday on the Twitter. We could use that too. Go to X and retweet the show. It helps a ton, guys.
He said nothing about me in this as well. You said that I said, what is this?
You don't ever fucking hit the likes and the retweets.
That's fair. That's fair. But you said Steve G said that you don't hit the likes enough. He said nothing about me.
I heard him.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Thank you, Steve G, for keeping us honest there. And shout out to Okie as well. And Craig Wood, I didn't realize Craig was also a Oklahoma State guy as well. Shout out to you, Craig. But yeah, let's talk about Buzz Lights, I guess. Oakland A's is going to be fun. Everyone kind of knows how I feel about the Astros. I'm down on them. I don't know. I think they have become my Rangers of this year, Dabby, if I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs. I don't know if they'll win the division, I guess, is what I should addendum to it this year. JP Sears, capable quality pitcher here now. Ross Stripling last night was not, and every time he goes out and pitches, I understand that it is not the Oakland A's day. And unfortunately for my A's, they've hit the shits here. It's quite sad. But let's talk about how the Astros are against lefties, and we'll talk about the market here. Astros are 13th against lefties from the 8th on this month. 222 plate appearances, 113 weighted runs created plus. So pretty good still. Full season against lefties, they're 6th, 119 weighted runs created plus. So no one should be surprised that the Astros still hitting. 83% of the bets, 87% of the money on Houston today. This line opened up at minus 125 and has jumped up to minus 140. Bovada opened this up at minus 152, actually, and went up to minus 157 and back down. That's kind of interesting. And let me go ahead.
I was going to say, and I didn't mean to take over there, but I'll let you.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say the Astros, they've been dominating the A's in the past couple seasons. They're 14-3 over the past 2 years, and they've won 5 straight. That includes the 4-game sweep in Houston earlier this month. The Astros have just been treating the Athletics like stepchildren. I don't know how else to say it. And this is one of those situations where it's like, because of all the information on this, I really want to back the Astros, but I don't trust my starting pitcher. So I'm going to have to do what I always do. When I don't trust my starting pitcher and I want to back a team, I either take their team total or I take the first 5 over. I like runs here, Jose. I like the first 5 over. Go ahead.
Runs. There will be runs. 87% of the bets, 88% of the money on the over. Kind of unsurprisingly here. It's gone up from 8.5 to 9. So That makes me feel better about betting the over here. Curiosity, let's look at a first 5 because I know you specifically love a first 5.
Well, that's what I'm on. I tweeted it out earlier, so it's no surprise.
Yeah, see, there we go. 5, it opened up at minus 102. It's gone to even money, but there are places that are showing like 5 minus 130 to the under here. That's interesting.
To the
So
under,
what
no,
did you get?
over. So I got over.
I know you got over, yeah.
Yeah, I got over 4.5 at minus 120.
Oh, you got 4.5.
Yeah, I got 120 or 122. Let me double check.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, 122.
And by the way, Nasty Nate treats his stepkids the same as the ones that he shot out. So shout out to Nasty Nate, good dad there. I think Mikey would have.
Jose says good dad. Nate's like, no, I don't pay any attention to any of them. Just kidding.
Shout out to Mikey and it was Mikey's birthday the other day. So shout out to Mikey there as well. Happy birthday, Mike. Oh well, I mean, if I'm gonna say Mike's name, I might as well play this. Dabby, hold on.
Cost you $10 if you want to park.
Do it.
But Jose, how much?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Mikey happier?
Never, man. I tell you what, though, I was in the same boat. Being in that studio, dude, I'd sit in there every day. I know it's like a 30-minute drive for you, but I'd have to do the show in there every day if I was there, man. I need to get back to San Antonio. We need to do some more live content. We need to have more meetups. There shouldn't only be one a year.
Yeah, I'd like to do Atlantic City. Everyone always is clamoring about it. I've never been, and I'd like to do that as well.
It's a shit.
Well, Dabby, I might be seeing you. I've never been there,
go,
so I can't say.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'll go.
Well, I'm excited to probably, hopefully see you. I was, at first, this is a random aside, and I'm sorry for Buzz Light because he's been sitting on the edge of his seat for this game, and now we're talking about random things. But at first, I really wanted the T-Wolves to I really thought they would win, and now that the Mavs are up 2-0, I'm like, it might be an NBA Finals.
I got kissed by a man, Nate. I did not fucking kiss a man. There's a difference.
That's facts. Those are both facts, though. But the Mavericks might be in the NBA Finals, and the Celtics might be there too. So it'd be a shame if I went up to Dallas for an NBA Finals game. It'd be a real shame. But we'll see, and we'll talk about that.
No, listen. You saw all the people interviewing. We should be standing outside the stadium before and after the game with the Pub Sports Radio microphone, drinking and interviewing as many people as we can. How many of you guys in the chat would fucking watch that? That would be good content, right? So let's go to the Mavericks game, Jose. You got a free fucking place to stay right here.
Yes, I do. I knew that for sure. Well, let's hope the Mavericks do end up winning for that as well. So then Dabby officially is on the first 5 over 4.5 on as well. And Barry, I would love for Barry Smith to come to a Pubapalooza. It'd be very nice. It'd be nice to see Barry as well, and he could see my uncle Jeff Slaughter because, as Barry says, Jeff is my uncle. So shout out to Jeff.
No, listen, because people are confused, I have to. Markel said, "You kissing men now?" Absolutely not. You absolutely not. I couldn't have done anything about it. I didn't know it was going to happen, and this motherfucker kisses me on the forehead like some kind of weirdo. And shout out to Sonny D because I do like him. He is a homie, but yeah, I wasn't ready for that. Especially live on stream. Come on, man.
Shout out to Sonny. I'd kiss Sonny on the forehead too. Let's move on because this has been very funny to watch all this unfold. This has been an interesting show to say the least. Royals Rays here, and shout out to the Royals. Excuse me. I set down a gauntlet for them last night, and I said that this is a prove it to me series for them. If you go out there and beat the fuck out of the Rays here, I will take you guys seriously, and I need to see a winning series from you guys because I think the Rays are the worst team in the AL East. Personally, I think they're not good. If the Royals can just take care of them, then that's a good sign of their legitimacy. And they did it last night, and I was pretty surprised to see some plus money on them today. I thought they'd be favored. I don't believe in Savali, really. I'll take Brady Singer. I like the Royals here today, Debbie Cap. I want to back them here, full game money line. I want to hear what everyone in the chat has to say. But I do like the Royals here. market in this game, and I'll pass it to you, Dabby. 49% of the bets on the Royals, but 67% of the money on them. So sharp action on them here. Opened up at plus 105 for the Kansas City Royals. Now to minus 105, minus 110 at Bovada. That opened up at a plus 101 there, minus 120 for the Braves. The Rays. I really do have. I forgot who. I think it was Remo says, whenever I say names of teams and numbers, I just become just dyslexic. I don't know what it is. I just flip everything. It's lovely.
So I do that all the time. So I get it.
And it's almost like I have to say team names and numbers for my job consistently. So I don't know how I keep fucking it up. It's quite funny to me.
Half the time I don't correct it because it's like a small thing. Because for me, it's always like, so if I'm reading an ERA, so like let's say the ERA is 4.23, I will always say 4.32. I'm like, man, fuck. And then I just leave it. I'm like, man, they'll figure it out. It's okay.
98% of the bets and money on the over in this game. It went from an 8 minus 120 to the under. It is now minus 116 to the under. So slight movement to the over there. Dabby Cap, I like the Royals here today. Chat, let me know what you guys think. Oh boy, Justin wants another steak. Justin just want to keep taking steaks. So he got one. He's got a taste of the red meat now. He just wants more. It's just ridiculous.
He should have already got his 50 from Dutch. I hope you did. I don't check on Dutch with that. If you haven't, you need to get it. And now he's getting steaks from Jose. He's just making Pub Sports his cash cow.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fucking hilarious. He's going to come to Pubapalooza next year. I'll take my steak now. Dutch, I'll take my $100 because I won another contest. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yo, I felt it. I felt the Dabby Cab and Nut Flush connection right there. He said Savali has given up 6 home runs in 5 starts. And you guys should know that a lot of my team total betting goes back to conversations with Nut Flush a couple years ago. It's just about taking out variables out of the game. Savali has not been good. 0-3. Let's see. This is a stretch of 32 or 34 and 2/3 innings. 0-3 with a 7.79 ERA and a 1.59 WHIP. I mean, he's just been getting shelled. And then obviously, I don't even have the home runs in there. He's given 5 home runs up in that same time period. I don't see how you're not interested in a Royals team total here if you're betting this game, because I bet it's at 3.5. Since they're the dog, and Savali's just been getting shelled. And you've got all 27 outs because they're the road team.
So my one on, oh, there we go. Okay, so I thought I fucking muted myself. Good job by me. So my one on my local is minus 140. So that's not ideal. 3.5. So I'm going to log on to Bet Online and check there. They have a minus.
I can get all the numbers. Hold on.
130. I have 3 books, so I have
like 15 minutes show here. Not that I use. I'm just saying I can see them all. Hold on.
Yeah, I just want to be able to bet this at a decent price here, Dabby. That would be
Pinnacle has a 3.5 at minus 130, and then the 4 is where you're going to get even money. So, and I'm not scared of a push. If I'm willing to take a 3.5, I'll take a 4. But I mean, I prefer the 3.5. I'm just saying I'm not scared of a push.
All right, well, I'm stuck with taking a minus 130, 3.5, and that is what I will be doing there. So I'm doubled up here. And Justin McKelvey saying he's standing in front of the Royals. Try me. Justin, I guess I have to take the stake bet. Full game money line, Royals Rays. Here we go again. Justin's coming for blood
right now.
Well, I started up 1, and now he's taken 2 from me. So now he is up 1. And this is a pivotal stake here.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, once you get up, a few more, Justin, I expect you to plate the whole group. I expect one of those. I'm just kidding.
The way the stake bets go, it seems to be very likely. I mean, this exists for a reason.
Everybody in the audience, now listen to me carefully, is being given a special package, and I don't want you to open it. Do not open it. Cameras are on you, so do not open until I tell you. All right, open your boxes. Open your boxes. 1, 2, 3.
You get a steak. 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 Everybody gets a steak.
Pivotal stake. pivotal stake here.
You look good in that
Brewers.
dress.
Thank you. Brewers, Red Sox here. Nick Pivetta, Colin Ray. I do not think the Red Sox can be bet in this series confidently. They lose last night in pretty, resounding fashion is the word I guess I'm looking for here. Pivetta has not. I don't know. The issue is not like I don't think the Red Sox can't win these games. It's the prices that you're getting for the Red Sox are ridiculous. Like minus 144, I think is obscene for the Red Sox. Now, Pivetta went 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run last time out on a home run, 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs against the Rays. So he's been pretty decent in his last 2 starts since his return from injury. I just don't know. Colin Ray has also been just quietly decent this year, and I respect the fuck out of it for him being good. Now, again, his last few starts have not been good, but previous to that, he's just been solid. Now, is he going to find the form again? That's the real question. 4 1/3, 8 hits, 5 earned runs against Houston. I'm not really surprised by that. Houston's good. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs against Pittsburgh. Not bad. 4 2/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs against the Royals, who I am not taking seriously, apparently. So I've gone back and forth, honestly. I guess, if I had to make a bet, just odds-wise, I think there's value on the Brewers. But 75% of the bets, 82% of the money on the Red Sox here. And the line opened up at minus 140 and has climbed up a bit. Maybe that is a sign to bet the Red Sox here. Maybe that's nothing. 71% of the bet, 73% of the money on the over in this game. It went from a 9.5 juice to the under, and it is 9 now, minus 120 to the over. So you can tell me it's either way, but no action for me here. Justin McKelvey on Tyler O'Neill, stacks play of the day for him there. RBIs. Shout out to, Justin again, just going for ribs, going for steaks here against me. So shout out to you, Justin. But good luck. Dabby, what do you have on this game?
First, I'm going to hit the chat, man, because I saw a couple things I wanted to touch on. I always seen it. Shout out to our guy, Just My 2 Cents, man. The podcast that him and Big Show are doing, man, is awesome. So make sure you guys are checking it out. So shout out to our guy, Just My 2 Cents. It's the Locker Room Talk podcast. It's good shit, man. I don't even bet fights, but I tune in it just to hear what these guys have to say about it. So shout out to you guys, man. And Steve G said, these records are bad or something. You guys need to get back in the green. And I said, I'm in the green. He said, okay, buddy. It's tracked publicly, dickhead. I am in the green. It might barely be in the green, but I'm in the green. So suck it. Okay.
I can't say anything. Steve, you're right.
I can't say anything. Look, it's
Steve,
barely in the green, but it's in the green. Okay. Green is green. And we're going to stack from here, man. So I appreciate your acknowledgement that we need to win, but that's what we're here to do. I wouldn't look at a side here. I'd look at a total. These have been 2 of the most productive lineups in baseball this season. The Brewers 751 team OPS, Red Sox sitting at 721. That's 5th and 9th respectively. Coming into this game on Saturday. And these offenses have been hitting the ball well and scoring runs, lately too. Milwaukee is scoring 4.81 runs per game. And then Boston's averaging, in that same stretch, 4 runs per game for the sample size I'm looking at. I think we get runs here. I think there's going to be runs. That's where I'd be looking at. I wouldn't look at a side here. Red Sox have just, done what I think you expected them to do. And I'm glad you weren't riding too high from them, having success early in the season, because it's kind of been a train wreck lately.
Yeah, it's not been fun, but we were swept the Rays, so we're back. But again, I don't know what to expect from this series here, so I'll be very interested to see how it goes. I think this team's going to get better as the year goes on, though, so I'll be betting on the Red Sox later on in the year. It also depends what they do in the trade deadline, because I don't expect a guy like Kenley Jansen to be on this team, or like Chris Martin might not be on this team. So we should be very watchful on those trade deadlines, and I'll be interested to see. All right, let's go to the Cubs Cardinals. This game was supposed to be played yesterday. Unfortunately, rained out. We were supposed to get some good announcers on there as well. Joe Buck was going to call a baseball game for the first time in a long time, so shout out to him. But rained out, so we'll see what happens there. But no Imanaga here today. I think they're very scheduled, so they're not just going to skip his start and go to his next one. So Tyone takes the start here against Miles Michaelis. I mean, an 8 total seems pretty low, but we'll be shocked to hear, Dabby, this opened up at an 8.5, and it was 73% of the money, 73% of the bets and 68% of the money on the over in this game, and it's dropped completely. So like I said, I thought this was low. All right, and I thought this was low, and I thought this was crazy. This would be this low, and it's an 8.5, and now it's going down. So it seems as if we might have a good low-scoring game here. Miles Michaelis, not someone I typically trust. Jameson Taillon has been good this year, has hit the shits a little bit, but I generally trust him more than I trust Michaelis. I'll tell you that. His last
game fucking stinks, bro. Why are the Cubs dogs right now in this game?
That's a good question.
Stakes.
Taillon's last 2 starts, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 3 earned runs against Pittsburgh. Not good. 4 innings, 7 runs. Only 2 of them earned against Atlanta. I mean, still just not ideal here. And Miles Michaelis, we know what he is at this point. Some days he's going to go out there, throw 7 innings, 3 earned runs. And then some days he'll go 4 innings and 6 earned runs. His last 2 appearances, 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run against the Red Sox, because the Red Sox are an unserious baseball team at times. And Milwaukee, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs there. I don't trust him off a good start, but it seems like the under might be the play here, Dabby. Anything for you today?
This game is crazy, man. If the Cubs win and this game goes under, I'm going to hate myself for let me rephrase that. If the Cubs win and or this game goes over, I'm going to be mad. I said under, I meant over. I don't understand this line. I mean, you gave Michaelis 2 different scenarios. One where he goes 4 innings and gets absolutely destroyed. The one where you gave him the benefit of the doubt, you still said he gives up 3 runs. Right? Like, you gave him the benefit of the doubt there, and you still think he's going to give up 3 runs.
I mean, he's coming off of 1 earned run performance against the Red Sox, but still, I don't trust him off that. And just off the market, it seems like this is going to be an under game here, I'll be honest. And if I were to bet this game, it'd be an under.
That's crazy to me. I would only take the over, and I'd only take the Cubs. There's no fucking way I'd put my money on Michaelis. I'd take a Cubs team total, or I'd take the Cubs just on the first 5 money line.
It's going to be interesting to watch. I'll be tracking this game totals-wise, and then this is one of those.
Hey, before we move, because he's put it in here twice, our guy Mike Hawk, he asked me about some prime rib with THC-infused A1 sauce. Man, THC-infused anything, I'm down. I don't put sauce on my steak usually, but I guess prime rib, I'll put some gravy on it or something. So hell yeah, man. You bringing it or what, Mike? You let me know you're bringing it? You bringing it to Papapalooza 4?
Does sound good. I'm not a steak sauce guy either. Helga likes steak sauce in this relationship, but it does sound nice.
Well, prime ribs are different.
I wouldn't know. Shout out to Tori Coker. First half WNBA play WNBA hat play is the first half aces, I should say. -8.5. I'm on a full game. Tori is my WNBA play. They beat the dog shit out of the Fever today, so I like that. All right. I like the under. Dabby likes the over. No action for me. We'll both be watching this game, and if it goes under or over, one of us is going to be pissed either way. So it's going to be fun.
I won't be mad because I'm not betting it.
I will be mad because I didn't bet it. Dodgers Reds here. Very interesting game here with Hunter Green, we don't know about really, but Walker Buehler, very good pitcher. This is his 4th start now off his TJ, and he's coming off a beauty start against these very Reds. So admittedly, I wanted to bet it under here, for off the start. Hunter Green, Walker Buehler, under, but 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 7 Ks, no walks for Walker Buehler last time out against these Reds is kind of scary. I don't typically want to back a pitcher that just came off of a good start like that against their opponent. I tend to think it zigzags here. Hunter Green's coming off of 6 1/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs there as well on a home run, 8 Ks, 2 walks. He's just been solid. By the way, it's crazy to me that we've talked about pitchers going down consistently over this year for arm injuries, and Hunter Green has been was the very first of these really hard throwing starting pitchers, and he's been healthy all year this year. Kind of interesting. But I think I thought that this game would be an under kind of game, but again, I don't trust pitchers on a back-to-back when they just saw the opponent and they pitch well. So I tend to think it zigzags, so I just stayed off. 42% of the bets, 97% of the money on the Dodgers here. This went from minus 153 to minus 139 here for the Dodgers. So line moving towards Cincinnati. You could see some runs here. Maybe I could talk myself into a Reds team total over if I think that. 70% of the bets, 73% of the money on the over in this game. And where are you, Doyers? This went from a 9 minus 115 and hasn't really moved much. Dabby Cab, what are your thoughts on this game?
Man, it's a tough one. I agree. Like, I don't like getting behind pitchers, second time around. I don't necessarily think, though, that just because somebody throws good, they're going to throw bad. If anything, if a pitcher throws good against a team, I think that it's because they found a comfort zone. So I could see him repeating that same performance. It's just what he did against them. Let me pull these numbers up again. I know it was only 2 earned runs, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. He did good. That's a very good start against a very good lineup, but it's hard for me to take anything out of that, whether or not he's going to do it again. He's put together back-to-back starts here that have been good. 4 of his last 5 starts have been pretty good. Excuse me, 4 of his last 5, because he had the 7 innings with no runs against Texas. God, what is wrong with their fucking lineup, man? I don't know, man. I'd probably stay away from this game. It looks like the chat's leaning towards the over here. I'm seeing a lot of people that I respect saying they like the over in this game. I can't get to the window here. I'd maybe take the Dodgers on the first 5 run line, honestly.
Okay. You know what, guys? And by the way, shout out to Ron Crawford. Spreadsheet dog is Milwaukee. I kind of agree with that, Ronnie. A lot of Red Sox love and hate in your spreadsheet dog, so I like that. I'm going to move on the over. This is I believe in the chat. I came here thinking under, and I didn't want to bet the under. So you know what I should do if I don't want to bet the under, Dabby? I should just bet the over if I don't want to bet the under.
Yeah, there you go. That's how it works, kind of, I guess. Or you don't have to bet it.
And even more, Dabby, one person has consistently given me shit over the last 2 years, probably rightfully deserved. It's one Barry Smith, and Barry Smith said over here. So, Barry, the ball's in your court now, Barry. The ball's in your court here. If this fucking play does not hit, Barry, I'm coming for fucking you, Barry. I'm coming for you. So you better be here Sunday morning. If this play does not hit, and if it does hit, we will celebrate your name Sunday morning, Barry. So no fucking pressure here. No fucking pressure here, Barry Smith. Over 9. I'm getting a juiced over minus 125 for me. I will be betting it. Barry Smith, let's fucking go. And shout out to Justin, who's also on it as well. All right, let's go. Next, Philadelphia, Colorado. This game pissed me the fuck off because we took over the over, and it was like a 3-2 ball game. Falls asleep, nothing. However, I will shout out to people, and I was pretty pissed off that Bryce Harper got thrown out immediately in that ball game. I kind of need him for overs to cash. But
bro, people aren't going to the stadium to watch the Rockies. People are going to see Bryce Harper, and you fucking throw him out of the game in the first fucking inning. Come on,
yeah.
Bro, imagine being like a Harper fan and getting that.
I'd be so pissed.
I saw somebody tweet that yesterday. Who was it? Shit, I'll remember in a second.
It was disgusting. I'd be so pissed here, and we've got Aaron Nola on the bump versus a slapdick Dakota Hudson. I could easily see Bryce Harper going yard today in revenge. So, for those of you who are betting Harper home run prop or whatever, I see it. I acknowledge it. I'm not going to bet it because I'm not a player prop guy, but I respect it. There's really nothing for me in this game. A minus 230 favorite on the road is a little excessive. I don't really trust Aaron Nola at all, but I will do the research and look up Aaron Nola's record in Coors real quick while Dabby Cap takes it away here. Any action for you on this game? Unfortunately, we can't hear you.
Oh, shit. I said I don't know what it is, but I'm getting behind the hashtag eat a sandwich movement. That has to be for Korea, right? Yeah. Well, I can't hear you now, man. But I'm
Yep,
behind
mhm.
it. I'm behind it.
Yeah.
I'd go for a sandwich right now.
I
Shout out
could.
to
It'd be
everybody in the
nice.
chat, man. Our guy JPZ showing up in there. And if you didn't know, he's on the motherfucking intro. Not this intro, but the good ones. If you hear the good intros, those are JPZ on Pub Sports Radio. Shout out to my guy JPZ and Nunya in the chat, man. All you guys. I'm not betting this game, and I'm not going to waste any more time on it. So let's go. I got another bet in one of these last games, so let's move on.
Hey, you're feeling action today, Cab. You just want all the action. By the way, Aaron Nola's record in Coors. Last year he pitched 7 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 22, 5 1/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 21, 7 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs there. So decent performances, but probably not enough to get us an over. So no thank you there. Next, Cleveland, Los Angeles here. I fucking hate this Guardians team, Dabby. I hate them. I keep betting. I bet unders on them, and they just explode every time I bet an under on them. Yesterday, first 5 under. 10 runs scored by them on their own. So no thank you here. Jose Soriano, we all know, is a good pitcher. We've talked about him. He's the hardest throwing starter in baseball, which is kind of surprising. But he's been solid versus Tanner Bybee. Again, I want to bet an under in this game, but I'm not going to do it because this Guardians team has obliterated me when it comes to unders. 81% of the bets, 41% of the money on the Guardians. So 19% of the bets and 59% of the money on the Angels. That's very interesting. Debbie Cab, what do you think?
Betting the Angels. What? Only 19% on the Guardians? Who is the fucking 81% of the people betting the Angels? The fuck is wrong with everyone?
Other way, Dabby. It is 19% of people betting the Guardians, or excuse me, the Angels, but 59% of the money.
Time. Okay,
yes.
So you said it backwards. Now it makes sense.
Yes. So Angels, 19% of the bets, 59% of the money. Excuse me there. So they have the sharp action on the Angels. 81% of the bets on the Guardians, Dabby. The line has moved down. Let me actually double check that. That's just gone up a little bit. Excuse me. It went from minus 125 to minus 127 here, but I will give my odds sheet a refresh again just in case, because we've seen these movements go pretty quickly, and I'm glad I did because this is now minus 138 Dabby Cab here for the Cleveland Guardians. That's very interesting. What do you think here, Dabby?
Guardians are pass. I mean, there's a difference here. In these two starting pitchers and how they've done this season. You know, Bybee, I trust him, whereas on the other side, I don't trust Soriano. I just can't do it with him. And as far as the total goes, Jose, I'd probably look to the over, honestly. Both of these offenses have been doing well, you know, the last month or so. Cleveland putting up 4.38 runs in their 21 games in the last month, and then Los Angeles putting up 4.45 runs in their 20 games in the month. I'd probably look over, and I definitely would go with Guardians here. I think the Guardians are getting almost priced to where you don't want to take the money line, and you know what? So what? Why not take some plus money on a first 5 run line here with the Guardians? Let me look at that.
Well, Craig Wood's offering a good solution for the Angels. The Angels need Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Very interesting. Dabby, do you know who that is?
Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. Of course, the Angels in the outfield. Wasn't he in that movie when he was a kid?
Is that him? I didn't know that was him as a child.
I didn't even know it was him as a child either. I'm just assuming because it's called context clues.
I've not watched Angels. I thought that was a very corny movie, Angels. I've not watched in a really long time. I thought they were just talking about Robin. It's like, oh, they need Robin. You know, Batman and Robin. But Batman's going to be there too. Just bring Robin.
Honestly, I could have made a connection that wasn't there. I have no idea if that was him as a kid. No clue. Somebody should probably check that.
Yeah, Danny Glover as well. Ron Crawford likes Tribe first 5 money line there. First 5 something, I should say. I shouldn't assume there. But shout out to Ron Crawford.
I like that spreadsheet.
As always, shout out to Ronnie Crawford. No action for me here in this game. Dabby, anything for you?
No.
Let us move on. We have 2 games left on our card here. Yankees, Padres. Great game. Great pitching matchup. Stroman versus Cease. Your boy, Yu Darvish, got fucking annihilated last night. Thank God it was not on him last night. It was crazy to watch just home run after home run after home run. Now, maybe he was tipping his pitchers. Maybe we were just leaving him over the plate, whatever. But it was very interesting to watch it happen. Now we've got Dylan Cease on the bump versus Stroman here. I'm going to be honest. I've said throughout the whole year that I think it's going to be Yankees, Phillies, and they have looked like the 2 best teams early on. I'm like, God, why am I just not betting these teams here when they're at bettable prices? And here I am again. Like, I want to back the Yankees here, even with Cease on the other side. I just think the Yankees are good enough to back or to beat any starting pitcher in baseball this year, unfortunately. But I don't know. I've just gone back and forth on this game here, honestly. Market in this game, and I hope this is the game you have your play, and I'm assuming it is. 67% of the bets and 98% of the money on Los New York Yankees here. This opened up at minus 115 for the Padres here. It has basically stayed there, gone up a little bit, minus 117 at Bet Online. At Bovada, this opened up at minus 121 and is now minus 124. So that's very interesting. The line creeping the Padres' way in the face of all that money here, Dabby Cab. Totals wise, I mean, if this isn't the sign that everyone's betting overs, because this is the most pitching matchup of the day, 89% of the money and 89% of the bets, 74% of the money on the over in this game. And that is very surprising to me, obviously. Opened up at 7.5, juice to the under, minus 120. Some places are showing minus 130s, minus 125s. Bovada already down to a 7 here. Very interesting. Dabby, what do you think?
What a good game this is going to be. I'm excited for this game. I understand why people are betting overs. It's because the baseball's got juiced recently. No, I'm just kidding. It's because it's humid and the baseballs are expanding. That's a thing, so pay attention to that. At the beginning of the year, the hitters aren't in form. Also, hitters are just now hitting their stride. You know, a lot of the really good hitters on baseball teams, too, the better ones, they don't have a full spring training, right? So this is when they're getting about 40, 50 games in. That's usually right around when you see the hitters starting to, get that hitter eye going. And I'm going to roll with that. I'm going to take the Padres team total over 3.5 in this game. I've already bet it. I know Stroman's been great, but so is the Padres offense. They're hitting 257 as a team. Both of these teams are actually hitting 257 as a team. They're tied for 3rd in the league for batting average. On-base percentage for the Padres, 322. That's 6th. They put up 242 runs this season. That's 8th in baseball. And I saw our guy Justin, put Luis Ariz over 1.5 total bases in the chat. I like that also. I was very close to backing Cease and the Padres on the money line in the first 5 innings. Instead of that, I took the Padres team total over 3.5.
Fair enough. Mike Hawk right now is on one. And shout out to Mike Hawk. Mike Hawk? Mike Hawk is on one.
I'm almost
right
certain
now.
that I'm not hearing that correctly.
That's the point of this guy's name, guys. He's
Mike Hawk. Okay. Gotcha.
Yes, that's the point of his name. It sounds like Mike Hawk. Mike Hawk, it's the joke. We get you, Mike. We get it. He's on one right now. We appreciate Mike for being in here commenting along. But shout out to Mike as well. And lucky lefty. Shocked, appalled. Oh man, it's a good joke. It's a good joke. I caught it. Don't worry, Mike. I got you. Marlins, Diamondbacks. Our last game. I'm staying off that game, by the way, if people can tell. I leaned first 5 under, but I'll just leave that as an if bet. Last game, Diamondbacks lose to the Marlins 3-0 last night. Braxton Garrett dazzles them as he was, or the Cardinals. The Diamondbacks were the best hitting team against lefties, and they've just been getting dazzled by them recently, so make that note. But do I really want to trust Sixto Sanchez against them here? No. Montgomery, good. And as we've talked about early on in the season, it feels like it's been a minute. The Miami Marlins are the worst team against lefties. Them and the White Sox are just garbage. Full season, their numbers, 70 weighted runs created plus. This month, 90 weighted runs created plus. That's 17th. So they're technically hitting them better than the lefty or than the Rangers, excuse me. But I still don't trust them here. I don't want to bet the Diamondbacks at a juice price though. So no action, obviously, for me. 84% of the bets, 93% of the money on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Line has not moved much. So maybe that's another upset brewing. 64% of the money, 72% of the money. 64% of the bets, 72% of the money on the over in this game. And the total has gone up from a 9 to a 9.5 in this game. So I don't know. Some fishy stuff in this game. I don't want to back it. Dabby, take it away.
JPZ said indica bud on the menu, cream of the crop. This one's for the Indo lovers. That's your boy right here. I love me some indica, man. I don't even want to touch no sativa, man. Keep that sativa away from me. Give that to the women. All right. Anyways, Lucky Lefty, I agree with you. The D-backs first 5, man, that's the only way I would bet this. I'm not, because I don't feel like I trust Montgomery at this point in the season, especially not at home, where even though it's only 3 starts, he's got an 8.16 ERA. Excuse me. So I don't really trust him at home, although I do expect those numbers to regress to the means. I think Montgomery will get right. I think his numbers will start coming back to, about what we expect from him. And this might be the perfect game for him to get right against the Marlins, as a matter of fact, now that I say that. So I do like the Diamondbacks first 5 run line, but I'm not betting this game. Man, shout out to the chat. We hit over 150 now. Keep pumping it up and keep sharing. I want to run the ponies, on this say hey play, and that'll come out of my pocket too.
Wow. Humanitarian Dabby Cab. Oh boy, Dabby. Again, we break all the games down, and then we get to the end, and then all that crippling anxiety smacks me all in the face at once, because this is the most important time of the show. It is time to determine what we are betting. Dabby Cap, I will let you start this off as I try to figure my shit out over here. Dabby, take it away.
First 5 over 4.5. Rangers Twins. I also took, and I got that right about minus 110, minus 111 actually. Seager over 1.5 total bases. That'll be minus 120. I got the first 5 over 4.5. Houston, Oakland. That line's coming down finally. So anybody that was seeing only 5s earlier, it looks like you can get the 4.5 at minus 119, minus 120 again if you're interested. I'm taking San Diego Padres team total over 3.5, minus 118. And I am still deciding if I want to go ahead and add the Braves team total over. I think I probably will. I just have not done it yet.
Okay, fair enough. Dabby, I will inform you. You did just slip up a little bit. So
what did I say? And yes, dude, one person hit it. I had to send Buzz Light $50, so shout out to our guy.
Yeah, shout out to Buzz Light. But you're telling me that you like the Braves and you're thinking about betting it and haven't bet it yet?
Oh, shut the fuck up, Jose.
That's what you said.
I'm probably going to bet it.
Okay. Well, I hope you do. I hope you do. Because if not, Braves team total over 4.5 is a waffle play of the day if you don't.
Man, I tell you what, if I wasn't fucking around and laying off these bets here, I'd be close to 60% right now on the show, just like I was in college basketball. But it'll even out. I'll get there, motherfucker.
So what do you want this record to get worse?
I don't give a fuck about this record. My money's not.
Do you want it to get better?
This isn't even a thing. What you guys are looking at is a farce.
You know what is a thing, Dabby? You want to know what is a thing?
What?
Toss you $10 if you want to park.
Do it.
But Jose, how much?
Yeah. Shout out to Mikey Money's pure laughter and joy.
Oh, I can't get my mouth around that thing. Oh.
All right. So
for anyone who doesn't know what Razor's talking about, right there, we went to a race park, fucking racetrack, and Jose paid like $55 to get into the track when everybody else paid like $5. I don't remember what happened, but yeah, you definitely.
No, everyone got in for free. Everyone got.
Yeah, we didn't even pay. That's right. It was free. You paid.
Yeah, that was great.
Fair there. Yeah, you paid to get in the fair.
Yep. Yes. Yeah, it was awesome. It was so fun. The fair was great. We also got crawfish after, which I learned is the cockroaches of the sea, and I obviously don't eat seafood, so I gave it to my parents, and they were disgusted and horrified, and they were like, "We're not gonna eat this, so thanks." I was like, "Okay, good. Well, I paid all this money for no reason." Me?
Yeah.
No,
Well, then how the fuck do you know you don't like it?
because I know.
You just ripped the head off and stuck it out.
No, thank you. All that sounds horrifying. That I say some questionable things, Dabby. That was horrifying to hear. I didn't like the noise. I didn't like any of that.
That's how you
I
eat
didn't
crow.
like any of that. All right, so my action here today, I actually kind of have a girthy card here today, and it's someone that is not as confident in his NBA
Follow
action.
up
Sorry,
that with the word girthy. I mean, you don't get to not like anything. Now continue.
yes, girthy. But as a guy that's not been that confident in his MLB action here recently, I've got a lot of action here. I'm excited about it. We need a fucking day here. I need a fucking winning day so fucking bad, and today's the day. Seattle, Washington, under 8.5 here, minus 105 here, and that is Mariners Nationals there, not Seattle, Washington there. Giants money lines plus 108. Come on, Gigantes. Kansas City Royals money line minus 104, and the team total over 3.5. I have to take a minus 130. Shop around, you'll find better action there. That bet needs to hit. Of all my bets, that one minus 130 needs to hit, or I'm going to be fucking livid. Detroit first 5 money line minus 110. Atlanta Braves team total over 4.5 minus 120 for me. And Dabby, for now, for my sake, Dabby, I hope you don't bet that. I hope you don't bet Braves team total over, because if you don't bet it, I'm on the right side of history. And Dodgers Reds over 9 minus 125. The Barry Smith, you better fucking hit this play.
Why
of the
did
day.
you bet that? Why did you bet that?
What? By which one?
What do you mean which one? Why did you bet that? Because of what I said, or are you betting it because it's like what you were betting?
No, that's what I was gonna bet. Yeah, I liked your breakdown, and I'm on it. So and now I didn't hear that you weren't officially on it. So now I'm rooting for you not to be on it again. I hope you don't bet it. I hope you forget. Like, I hope you're spending time with your children. You're having a great time being a great father. You take them to the park. The game starts and you forget to bet it. That's what I hope happens here. Because again, I would be on the right side.
Well, if you don't take that shit off the screen, we've been looking at it for
19-2 is great, Dabby. I'd love to be 19-2. That's what I'm saying.
You're not getting any back and forth from me. Shout out Mike Hawk in the chat. JP Taylor.
Excuse me?
WT Buzz Light. Yeah. I got it now. Nunya, man, my guy, JP, Kelly, everybody, man. We don't have anything without y'all. So hit the like button if you haven't on your way out today. Thank you. I'll wrap up. So say hey plays today, since Jose keeps dicking around.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike Hawk. Shout out to Helga. Bless you, Helga. WT, Lucky Lefty, JP. And by the way, I do have a stake bet with McKelvey here. Royals Rays, very important game. So shout out to you, Justin. Good luck. Shout out to Nasty Nate, Joey Hard, Marcus McCarthy, Jay Peasy. All you guys, we appreciate it. We need a fucking day here, Dabby. Good luck. I'll see you very soon. We got a fucking busy ass day today. Say hey. We'll see you guys next time.